I never imagined that a ChatGPT would change my life. 30 days. That's all I gave myself. My name is Daniel Parker. I am 24 years old and I live in Portland, Oregon. A year ago, I hated speaking English. Not because I didn't like the language, I hated the embarrassment that came with it. Every time I opened my mouth, I felt nervous. I worried that people would laugh at my mistakes, and sometimes they actually did. Because of that, I stopped believing in myself. I had graduated from college 6 months earlier. Like everyone else, I wanted a good job, but there was one problem. I had already failed 4 interviews, 4 painful failures. Every time I returned home, I asked myself the same question. Why can't I speak confidently? My confidence slowly disappeared. One evening, I sat alone in my apartment. Outside, rain was falling softly. Rejection emails covered my laptop screen. At that moment, I felt like a complete failure. Suddenly, my phone rang. "Hey, Daniel." It was my older sister, Emma. "How did the interview go?" I remained silent for a few seconds. I failed again. "Daniel, stop being so hard on yourself. Maybe you're just not ready yet." I smiled weakly. "Maybe I'm just not good enough." Emma immediately became serious. "Don't say that. You've always been smarter than you think." After the call ended, I opened YouTube to distract myself. I wasn't looking for motivation. I wasn't looking for solutions either. But then something strange caught my attention. It wasn't a video, it was a comment. Thousands of people had liked that comment. It simply said, "Practice English with ChatGPT every day for 30 days. You'll surprise yourself." I laughed. A chatbot? Seriously? My life was already a mess. I wasn't expecting miracles. But something about that comment stayed in my mind. Maybe because I had already tried everything else. English courses, grammar books, expensive apps. None of them had changed anything. I stood up and walked toward the kitchen. As I poured myself a cup of coffee, I suddenly laughed. "Well, Daniel, you have nothing left to lose." That night, I downloaded ChatGPT. I stared at the screen for almost 5 minutes. I had no idea what to say. My fingers slowly moved across the keyboard. "Can you help me improve my English?" I pressed send. A few seconds later, a reply appeared. I had no idea that this simple conversation was about to change everything, because 30 days later, my life would look completely different. To be continued. The first conversation I had with ChatGPT was honestly awkward. Very awkward. I didn't know what to ask. I didn't know what to say. "Can you help me improve my English?" A few seconds later, a reply appeared. "Of course, Daniel, let's practice together." I don't know why, but those simple words made me smile. Maybe because nobody had ever said, "Let's do it together." For months, I had been fighting alone, so I decided to take the challenge seriously. 30 days, no excuses, no giving up. But day 1 almost became my last day. ChatGPT asked me to introduce myself. "Tell me about yourself." Such a simple question, yet I spent 15 minutes writing 3 sentences. I deleted them, rewrote them, deleted them again. Finally, I sent them. "My name Daniel. I live Portland. I want speak English better." I immediately felt embarrassed. I expected criticism, but that never happened. "Good effort, Daniel. Let's improve these sentences together." There was no judgment, no laughter, no disappointment. For the first time, making mistakes didn't feel painful. Day after day, I kept practicing. 10 minutes became 30 minutes. 30 minutes became 1 hour. Slowly, English stopped feeling like an enemy. Then something unexpected happened. Around day 8, my younger cousin Oliver visited me. "What are you doing?" "Talking to ChatGPT." Oliver burst out laughing. "Seriously? You're talking to a robot?" His words hurt me more than I wanted to admit. Maybe he was right. Maybe this whole challenge was ridiculous. That night, I almost deleted the app. My finger was literally hovering over the uninstall button. But then I remembered something my sister Emma had told me. "Daniel, don't quit just because someone else doesn't understand your dream." I slowly put my phone down. No, I wasn't quitting. Day 15 arrived, and something strange happened. I wasn't translating every sentence in my head anymore. I was thinking directly in English. Small sentences, simple thoughts, but for me, it felt like magic. Then one evening, while checking my email, I suddenly froze. There was a message from Brightwave Solutions. My heart skipped a beat. 6 months earlier, they had rejected me. I still remember that painful day. But this email was different. "Dear Mr. Parker, we would like to invite you for another interview." I read the email 3 times. Was this real? Had they made a mistake? Then I looked at the date of the interview. My breathing suddenly stopped. It was scheduled on day 30, the exact day my challenge would end. Suddenly, all my fears returned. What if I failed again? What if nothing had really changed? But deep down, another voice whispered something I hadn't heard in a long time. Hope. Little did I know, day 30 would bring a surprise far greater than a job interview. To be continued. Day 30 arrived faster than I expected. For the first time in months, I woke up before my alarm, but I wasn't excited. I was terrified. The interview was scheduled for 10 o'clock in the morning. As I stood in front of the mirror, memories of my previous failures flooded my mind. The awkward silence, the nervous stuttering, the rejection emails. I still remembered every painful moment. My hands were shaking. What if I fail again? Then my phone vibrated. It was a message from my sister Emma. "Good luck, little brother. No matter what happens today, I'm proud of you." I smiled. Somehow, her words gave me strength. 30 minutes later, I entered the office building. My heart was beating so fast that I could hear it. But something unexpected happened. I wasn't translating every sentence inside my head anymore. I wasn't fighting with grammar. I wasn't afraid of making mistakes. I simply spoke, and somehow everything felt natural. The interview lasted almost 45 minutes. "Thank you for your time, Daniel. We'll contact you soon." Those words again. I had heard them too many times before, so I returned home with no expectations. Maybe I had done well. Maybe I hadn't. But something inside me felt different. For the first time, I wasn't disappointed in myself. That evening, I opened ChatGPT. Today was day 30. Thank you for helping me. I sat quietly for a few moments. 30 days earlier, I had opened this app feeling hopeless. Now, I felt something I hadn't felt in a very long time. Confidence. Suddenly, my phone started ringing. I looked at the screen. Brightwave Solutions. My breathing stopped. I answered immediately. "Hello, Daniel?" "Yes." "Congratulations. We would like to offer you the position." I couldn't speak. I stood there in complete silence. Tears slowly filled my eyes. "Mr. Parker, are you still there?" I laughed and cried at the same time. "Yes, thank you." After the call ended, I sat on my couch in silence. Then I started laughing, not because I had found a job, not because I had finally succeeded, but because 30 days earlier, I had almost given up on myself, and now I was looking at life differently. That's when I realized something important. ChatGPT didn't magically change my English. It didn't give me success overnight. It didn't perform miracles. It simply helped me become consistent, and consistency changed everything. Today, whenever people ask me how I improved my English, I always smile. The answer is simple. I didn't change my life in one day. I changed it one day at a time. And looking back now, those 30 days became the best investment I ever made in myself. Because sometimes the person who changes your life is the person you decide to become.